Hello and welcome to this webinar, Thrive. I am really grateful to be here, and I would like to ask anybody listening live to let me know by using the chat box to say hello, that they can hear and that the technology is working well and properly. And so I look forward to hearing from you. Hello, thank you. It's lovely to see some names that I recognize. So welcome to this webinar. If you do not know me, my name is Katie and I am from Starlight, and I am a channel and I run all sorts of workshops and courses and spiritual travel through Starlight that is about spiritual empowerment and using spirituality to improve your life. Thank you, Claire. Just so you know, this webinar is not a visual webinar. It's only a listening webinar because most of it is going to be spent in meditation. And so it's less distracting for you to have the camera off. So it is a listening only webinar. And I've created this webinar because I am currently tuning into downloading and listening to guidance about a course that I have been guided to run, which is called Abundance Alchemy. And this course has really been called by my guides and the universe because they have expressed to me very deeply that collectively our approach to abundance is too much in the masculine. And this course is designed to bring it back into the feminine side of ourselves, into the feminine ways and the feminine laws, whether we are male or female or both genders. It is a redelivering of our abundance into the feminine consciousness, which is in alignment with nature and flow and space and peace. And this is, my guides have been showing me that this is really, really essential for our ascension, that we redefine our relationship with money and how we create, manifest and receive money and abundance within our paths and our lives. And it is how, by delivering it to the feminine, it is how we will come back to being in harmony with nature. And so it's a really, really exciting course. I cannot express to you how many downloads and breakthroughs I am having. And actually this stuff just feels so important to share that I'm doing this webinar, because the deeper I am going on this channeling journey, the more I am understanding that this is really sacred and really important and really beautiful. I'm really understanding that actually our journey back into abundance has to be beautiful. And it's really important for everybody. And so I'm trying to share as much as I possibly can about what I've been receiving and the ways into bringing it back to the feminine, the ways into bringing it into our lives. And one of the most important aspects of this course is actually, my guides have really been explaining to me on deeper and deeper levels the mechanics of how we manifest abundance. They have been showing me how we actually vibrationally manifest. And it's changing the way that I manifest. It's improving my manifestations. And it's bettering my life. And so I want to share that with you all. But let's begin with a meditation just to bring us into ceremony, into sacred space. I ask that you gift yourselves this webinar. So gift yourself this time. Turn off any distractions, any phones, other computers. Shut the door. Let yourself really be here in wholeness, listening, receiving, healing, and growing. And make that a gift to yourself, because one of the things that I'm really understanding about abundance is that abundance is so connected to our sense of self and our sense of self-love. And so every little act of self-love you do for yourself, the more your abundance flows. And so with that intention, to really gift yourself this time, this space, this pleasurable act of listening. Close your eyes. Feel the muscles around your eyes relaxing. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, feeling a column of light pouring down into your energy field, instantly illuminating your energy body, filling it with light. As this light travels down into the core of the earth, feel it bouncing off the core of the earth and coming back up into your energy field with all of the colors of the rainbow, all of the colors of the earth as it shines, all of the colors of the earth back up into the heart of Source. As you feel yourself held between these two great loves of above and below, allow yourself to receive these loves, to surrender into being love, to be held by these loves. As you feel held by these loves, experience the goddess energies that are surrounding this webinar, that are calling you to enter this journey of feminine abundance. And as your energy body is illuminated by this source light, become aware of your energetic meridians. And energetic rhythms and movements. The energetic dance of your vibrational auric body. And as you become aware of this dance that is unique to you, as you feel those energetic meridians receiving life and prana for you, notice how the roots of your own energetic meridians reach deep into the earth. Into the golden light of the tree of life. Light that runs underneath the earth. And as you open your heart to the tree of life, experience yourself being held in the aura of the tree of life. inside the love of the tree of life. And choose to listen to this webinar from inside this aura. Simply being here will shift your abundance vibration. And as you choose to be here in this energy, in this holding of your energy, in this experience of the dance of your own aura, open your heart to the other people that you are sharing this webinar with, now or in the future, and feel all of their hearts opening to you, welcoming you into the sacred circle space of this webinar, a place where you can be really honest, really truthful with yourself, really expressive. A place where there is so much permission not to fully understand, not to fully know everything. A place where there is permission to learn and grow and heal and be. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. When you are ready, open your eyes, coming into the room, noticing how you feel, and choosing to stay in connection to that dance and that auric tree of life. And I would love to hear from anybody listening live about how they're doing after that opening meditation. I really love my webinars to be co-creative, because that is what we are here to do. And so please do share how you're feeling in the chat box. And if you are listening in the future, then you can share on the Facebook group that I have set up, so you can be witnessed in the future. And so pleased you're feeling peaceful, Doris, and Claire's feeling weightless and full of light. I pulled a card for us at the end of that meditation, and it's be still. Be still. And so just allow that to drop in. Allow the part of your mind that wants to be busy and overworking to be still. Don't worry if you're struggling to see the dance or movement, Elsa. If you hear it, that is perfect. If you hear it as an Icaro, that's beautiful. Every experience through any of your energetic senses is so right. And so give yourself permission just to have an experience, to have the experience. Maybe the tree of the life wants to come to you as a song. Allow your own experience to be perfect. And so I want to give you a mind explanation of vibrational manifesting. And vibrational manifesting and manifesting is really becoming my path and my work, because my guides often say to people that really what ascension is learning to manifest fully and properly, and learning to manifest fully consciously, not just partly consciously. And that is how my guides say we are going to change the world from a place of great trauma and struggle into a place of great peace and a place that thrives in every sense. And so basically at the moment, we collectively and personally manifest from our consciousness and also from our subconscious. And so our consciousness is full of everything that we want, everything that makes sense to our minds, to our hearts, everything, the big dreams that we want, the things that seem very obvious to our minds and our hearts. And to put that in terms of abundance, everybody, I have never met anybody who doesn't want to feel provided for, to feel abundant and thriving in whatever it is that they do and feel supported. And so that's our consciousness. We want to be abundant. Our subconscious is this vast part of our consciousness that is filled with energy, belief systems, past life energy, emotions, childhood, memories, all sorts of things that we believe about the world and vibrate about the world. And the subconscious is like a sponge, especially when we're children. It just absorbs truths that aren't necessarily true, belief systems, emotions, memories, to make up our map, our picture of the world. And the subconscious can be very contradictory to the conscious. So one of the best examples I can give you is, whilst everybody wants to thrive because that's nature's calling, that's our natural birthright, in our subconscious, money is actually the best example for this, because we have so many sayings, examples, stories, family consciousness, DNA, belief systems, experiences of money that are just so contradictory to the idea of thriving. For example, there is that saying that money is the root of all evil. And if the subconscious has that belief system in it and fears being evil, then no matter how much your consciousness is trying to manifest you thriving, the subconscious is going to be doing everything in its power to stop you thriving, because it believes you're calling evil to you every time you think about manifesting more money. And so there is a battle within the layers of your consciousness. And how you manifest both of these consciousnesses is through the habitual consciousness, which is the body. And so the body vibrates with these truths, and these vibrations create a map of what these truths and belief systems are feeling, are thinking, and that map is your life. And so if you want to know what your belief systems around abundance are, all you need to do is look at your life. If your abundance in your life, in your reality, is matching the abundance that you have in your consciousness, then you don't have any contradictory belief systems, emotions, memories in your subconscious. If the map is matching the consciousness, then that part of your life has ascended. If it is not, then you need to go into the subconscious and release those belief systems, emotions, memories, whatever they may be, in order to change the map that is your life, to change the reality. And this is how manifesting actually works. By all means, if you have any questions, please do write them down. Please do pop them into the chat box or onto the Facebook group, because I know this concept can be quite hard to understand. And really, this is what is missing from there are so many books and amazing courses out there on manifesting and on manifesting abundance, but often the main thing that is missing from that is they only talk about what to do with the consciousness. They only talk about how to improve the vibrational frequency of the consciousness. And really, and this is where that's the masculine way of doing things, is to do the actions in the consciousness. The feminine way of doing things is to create space in order to recreate. It is to recycle. It is to be seasonal. And really, if you want to manifest from your consciousness, you have to go into your subconscious. You have to find out what is in contradiction to the consciousness, what the battles that are happening within the consciousness. And when you release it, everything changes. The map, the reality literally changes. It is amazing. If we talk about this word thrive for a moment, the title of this webinar, the root meaning of thrive is to call to oneself. Now, when we understand to call, to grasp to oneself, and then think about what might be in the subconscious around that, fears of being selfish, being told off when you made lots of noise and tried to call a need to yourself, all of the conditioning around being humble and being small, all of the religious conditioning. Think how many things are connected to the idea of grasping to oneself, and how resistant parts of your consciousness might be to the idea of thriving. Even though on a conscious level, on a logical level, even on a heart level, you know that you want to thrive. You know that thriving is your nature, and yet you live a life that doesn't involve you thriving all of the time, because you've got all of this other energy in your deep subconscious that doesn't believe in thriving, that is scared of grasping, that is scared. Grasp is a strong word. It takes strength, and it takes forcing slightly. And maybe you've got consciousness that's afraid to force, that's afraid to grasp. We're not taught to grasp. We're taught to not be forceful in our societies. I like what you say, Elsa. Abundance equals money. Money equals self-esteem. Yeah, there's the self and money and abundance are so intertwined with each other. Our consciousness, we're so taught from films, from TV, from radio, from so many things, that our self-worth and our self-value comes from how much money we have. And yet we're also given loads of conflicting information about that. That if you have too much money, you're a bad person, you're a fat cat, you're a bad guy. And so our self-esteem gets so confused by what money is. and what abundance is, and to manifest that even consciously, even when you consciously think about the word money or the word abundance, it often brings up so many conflicting emotions because the subconscious is so heavy with all of these ideas. And often we don't even give ourselves consciously permission to think about money or to think about abundance, especially not if we're walking a spiritual path or doing spiritual work. How many people do you hear say, I don't want it to be about money? So, and of course it's never about money. You don't walk your path about money. You walk your path for joy and service and light. But we also need to give ourselves permission to thrive and receive, because when we thrive, that which is around us thrives. And the whole of nature works on this. The whole of nature works on the law that when something thrives, everything around it thrives. And we belong to nature. And actually part of returning abundance to the feminine, and part of this course that I've been guided to do, is to separate the self-esteem and our abundance, and to we use our abundance to judge ourselves. And so part of that is releasing ourselves from those old judgments and returning us to nature. I'm so pleased you're all coming up with stuff now. So Joe, after listening to my parents for decades, I made the decision to stop the rat race, and I am more happy with less money. Yes, of course you are, because you shouldn't exchange your happiness for money. And if you are exchanging your happiness for money, then you're going to be unhappy. But that doesn't mean that you should deny yourself the right to thrive. Because happiness and money, happiness and abundance are not the same thing, and they're so caught up in each other. They're so caught up in each other. And yes, abundance is so much more than just money. It is in love, and it is in health. But one of the best ways to find out what our abundance consciousness, where our abundance consciousness is to look at it in terms of time and money, because it really brings up, it's so prevalent in our collective consciousness that it will really bring up the blocks. It will really bring up the blocks and the places where it's caught up and tied up within yourself. And one of the greatest gifts that I have been given as a channel and a healer is an alchemy tool, which is a form of healing that truly has transformed the way I heal myself, my life, and continues to blow my mind every time I do an alchemy healing on a group or on people in person, because it's specifically for the subconscious. And it brings up the pain, the trauma, the memories of the subconscious, and allows them to be recycled back into prana, back into light, and actually recycled into your vibrational consciousness. So back into the body and into the consciousness. So you actually have more energy to manifest what you need. And this type of healing is just so transformational. It just changes your reality, because it releases the subconscious, and it releases it quickly. And of course, the subject of money, the subject of abundance, that is huge. You cannot do it in one webinar. But what I would like to do for you now is just give you a little bit of this healing experience, so that you have the energy, this new energy, this release of energy to take into the next part of the webinar. so that this webinar becomes a powerful manifesting. And I would like us to focus on one subject. And that one subject is the permission to thrive. Are you giving yourself permission to thrive? Or are parts of your subconscious blocking yourself from thriving? Are you saying, I'm unhappier? I'm going to be... Are you saying that money equals unhappiness? Are you saying that... are you feeling guilty? What emotions are already coming up for you through listening to this webinar? Are you feeling desperate? Are you feeling uncertain, unsure? Listen to the emotions that are coming up. Listen to the emotions that are coming up through your own vibration, the vibration that is manifesting your life. Perfect, Olivia. You're really starting to bring up the consciousness around money. As are you, Elsa. I'm terrified of gaining money and losing another aspect of my life that I'm fulfilled by. Yeah, it's crazy the fears we have around money. It's absolutely crazy. And money is an energy that serves your dreams. It's not total abundance, but it's a really powerful energy for your dreams. And so it's a really great energy to manifest for your path and to welcome and to receive. And totally, Elsa, we want money because the more we have, the more we can make a difference, you know? And it's not just money, it's abundance. The more we have of everything, the more we have to give. The more we have, the more we thrive, the more that which is around us thrives. And yet, even though that's so simple, it's so full of conflict. So when you're ready, closing your eyes and feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing. Really coming into your experience of the tree of life, the energy that's holding you for this webinar. And just using your inner eye, your inner imagination, whether it's through song or sound or feeling or vision, just to experience that golden energy holding you. Maybe to experience yourself sitting at the roots of a giant tree, feeling the light coming between the leaves, shining down upon you. And know that you are held. First step to feminine abundance is to know that you are held, to know that you have space in which to grow in. And then feeling the sacred alchemical geometry activation happening for you now in your aura. And as it happens, you may see or simply feel this energy being activated into your aura, assisting your aura in remembering its right to alchemy, its right to recycle its own consciousness, to recycle your vibration so that you can evolve, not just for yourself, but for all around you and the whole of the universe. And as this alchemy is activated in your aura, notice what feeling begins to come up. Maybe it's a resistance. Sometimes with alchemy, the feeling that comes up is an emptiness. But if that comes up, let that come up and out. Maybe you are manifesting emptiness in your life or avoidance. Let whatever comes come up and out. Might be a big emotion or a small one. But allow it to become a portal into your subconscious. as you think about giving yourself permission to thrive. And I can tell you right away that collectively loads of fear energy is coming up. And so let that fear energy come up and out. Fear of responsibility. What's coming up for us collectively is a fear of being outside of the box. Being outside of society. Most of society, most of our human tribe around the world doesn't thrive, it struggles. And so let out any fear of isolation. And also coming up collectively is a lot of energy around. It's like DNA energy that's releasing. You know, the camaraderie of the depression and the war, the two wars. And really remembering that all of that struggle was in our DNA and is in our DNA and our genes from our grandparents and great grandparents. So just let that come up and out. And what's coming up as well, there's a lot of that war consciousness of the Second World War around rationing. You know, there's a lot of guilt around thriving. So just let that up and let up any other emotions that are coming up for you personally. Alchemy is very, very personal. As you ask, what is stopping me from thriving? What is stopping me from giving myself permission to thrive? And notice what comes up for you. It might be a feeling, it might be a memory. Just let it come up. Allow yourself to feel the feeling, because as you allow yourself to feel the feeling, it will move into your aura. And then the alchemy process in your aura will recycle it back to prana, back to life. What is stopping me from being willing to thrive? And one of the things that's coming up collectively is a fear of being selfish. So if that's coming up for you, let that out. Let it out as an energy, as an emotion. Let out all of the good stuff too. The subconscious is always trying to serve you, it's always trying to help you. So let out the protection it's trying to give you by stopping you from being selfish, by keeping you in the same vibration as everyone else, by keeping you close to your DNA. And just feel all of that energy releasing. Letting the pressure of responsibility that comes from giving yourself permission and the safety of struggle release. Letting out any resistance or avoidance energy, just allowing yourself to feel it. And giving yourself permission to cry it out if that is what is coming up. I can feel some of you are having tears come up. Letting the pressure out. You're doing really, really well. And now the alchemy activation in your aura is spinning faster and faster and faster. And it's recycling those feelings. And while alchemy is a very physical energy, alchemy is the energy of the earth. The earth is a temple of alchemy. Everything is alchemical. And so while the alchemy is happening, you might have some physical symptoms like the need to yawn, or feeling slightly sick, or feeling like you need to burp. This means that the alchemy is working. Or maybe you just feel different temperatures. It depends on where you're holding this consciousness. It depends if it's in your habitual vibration or being or your subconscious vibration. But just feel that coming out, and there's a big, big fear coming up. So let that fear out. You're doing really, really well. And this energy, that is recycling. Your own consciousness, your own energy is doing so because we are in a time of massive transition, and these belief systems and feelings and emotions that used to serve you do not serve your expansion anymore. But give yourself permission to grieve them, to grieve what they may have done for you in the past, to honor them and to honor their ascension process that is happening within you right now. And some of you may even be having physical expressions. That means your habitual consciousness is releasing. And there's some nervousness coming up, so let the nervousness, the fear of change. One of the things that money and abundance blocks are amazing at is keeping us in our comfort zone and giving us excuses. How many times do you excuse yourself from doing something that you know might be good for you, or good for your path, or evolutionary for you? Because you don't have the money or you don't have the time. So give up some of that excuse energy. You're inviting that excuse energy to be recycled into permission energy. And that, my guides are saying, is a leap in consciousness. Leap in your evolution. And now the alchemy is spinning really, really fast. And as it spins faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, you will experience pranic explosions of light happening through your vibrational being, through your energy being, like fireworks of light happening as all of this old energy, this stuck energy, this DNA energy releases from your consciousness, from your subconscious, and from your body now. And there is some source lightning flashing through to complete this alchemy process, this deep release, this space creating healing. And now your aura will be slowing down the spinning. You might feel like the need to burp or a little bit nauseous, but it will pass. It's just the process happening. And as your aura slows down, you'll feel the violet flame coming through your energy field. Really transmuting any energy that's been released into love and light. And the golden flame also coming through, which is the flame of abundance, transmuting any poverty consciousness that's been released into abundance consciousness. And you feel your aura really expanding with all of this prana it has, experiencing your own expansion as a big source beam comes in, taking any energy that's not of service to you, to Source or Gaia, or wherever it is in the highest good for it to go, in a golden rain shower, taking any energy that is meant to go to Gaia as an offering to the Great Mother, And now that alchemical geometry activation dissolves. And you just experience your own vibration. Lighter, brighter, more pranic. Experiencing the space in your subconscious that's been created and letting that space fill with love. And choosing to give yourself permission to thrive, to grasp what you love, to grasp what will serve your path to you, to receive. And when you're ready, breathing in love and breathing out gratitude and opening your eyes. Opening your eyes and coming into the room. And I would love to hear from you, so please do write down, if you're listening live or on the Facebook group, be witnessed. Being witnessed is part of how you speed up your manifestation. So be witnessed. Say what you feel now, what shifted. Say something that came out. Share. Be witnessed. When you are witnessed with words, you bring it in. You bring the manifestation into the physical, into the habitual world. So you bring the healing forward. And so dare to be witnessed. Give yourself permission to be witnessed. And I'm going to continue into our journey of vibrational manifesting with another explanation, because what the alchemy's done is it's released all this pranic energy. It's turned old consciousness energy back into its pure source, vibrational, pranic, creational state. But then it's up to you to start consciously manifesting, to start using that vibrational manifesting, that new energy to vibrationally manifest, to grasp to you the life of thriving. And again, one of the things that my guides have been talking to me so much about in the preparation for this course is how to vibrationally manifest. Because I know many of you will know the basics of manifestation is it's about feeling. And you need to feel it. You need to vibrate with it. But actually, tell me how you feel abundance. Do you even know what abundance is as a feeling, as a vibration? Ask yourself this now. Because it's very easy to say, I know abundance will bring me freedom. I know abundance will bring me a sense of self-love. But those things are not abundance. Freedom is freedom. Self-love is self-love. And those feelings, you definitely, if you feel you want to get them from abundance, then you definitely should be feeling them so you manifest them in your life. But that isn't actually vibrating with the signature of abundance. So you need to find out what the energy signature of abundance is. And my guides have really been talking in great detail to me about how, from a feminine perspective, we can find the energy signatures of what we want to manifest, of how we actually turn all of that pranic energy into a vibrational frequency that is tangible, that is understandable, that we can feel in our body, in our habitual consciousness. I'm so pleased you're all feeling so good. There's so many lovely things coming too. Wow, Rebecca, what an amazing journey with your mum. And calm and warm softness flowing through me now. Ancestral lack is huge. It's huge, the ancestral lack, especially for our generation. You know, the 20th century had so much lack in it because that was purging in time for this time of ascension. Gina's feeling less toxic now. And Joe was never good enough. See how you've been carrying this stuff. And Olivia, green plants about to burst into flower. I love that. I love that idea of bursting into flower. And this is where the vibrational manifesting comes in, because it's going to burst you into flower. And you're all writing. I mean, there's so much amazing stuff coming through. And thank you all so much. And I will put, if you want to be witnessed, you can repost it to the Facebook group when it's set up. But just posting this stuff, even to me and being witnessed by me, you are going to be bringing it forward. And the breakthroughs, the understanding of how you block yourself is how to unblock yourself. Because when you don't see it, when you don't let yourself see it, if it's in the subconscious, you're not seeing it. And that's why you have to bring it through the alchemy process in order to release it. You have to see it to release it. And now you've got all of this prana of that which you've released. And you've got to start working with the energy signatures. And so there are several ways to get an energy signature. But like I said, do you know what abundance actually means? Because it doesn't mean freedom. And it doesn't mean self-love. And it doesn't mean money. And it doesn't mean self-worth. And one of the ways that my guides have pointed me to what abundance means is by going back to the root words. By finding out what the root words of the words that we use so flippantly are. And the root word of abundance is to overflow. And you need to think about this in terms of nature, in terms of the feminine perspective of abundance. Because at the moment, across the spiritual scene, the world I'm in, everybody is saying, I manifest, I know that I have enough, that everything I need will be provided for me. When actually to have enough, to have your needs met is not to be in abundance. That's not overflow. That's having your needs met. And yes, your needs will be met. But the whole of the universe and the whole of nature works on the concept of overflow. Because a tree doesn't produce one acorn. An oak tree produces loads of acorn, so it can be in overflow. So it doesn't matter if the squirrel takes some of the acorn. So it doesn't matter if the tree only had one, it would hold on really, really tightly and be really scared of that acorn going anywhere else, because that acorn is its survival, is its evolution. And so we need to give ourselves permission to overflow, because when we overflow, we have enough to share. When we overflow, that is when that which is around us can thrive. We need to have spare so that we can give. And so many of the world's problems are caused from us only having enough. And so we need to give ourselves permission to overflow. And that is a whole subject that we can go into for so long. And again, the word overflow will probably trigger you, but all of nature works with there being an overflow, an abundance, because that is how everything thrives around everything else. And human beings are not allowing themselves to overflow. And that is why even when people are very, very rich, because they do not have that abundance consciousness of overflow, they make decisions that are bad for the planet. They act from their poverty consciousness. But more importantly, in terms of vibrational manifesting and energy signature, is overflow has a rhythm. It has a feeling. It is an energy verb. And let's talk about what a verb is. A verb is an action or a state of being. You cannot vibrationally manifest something that is not a verb. You need to know what the rhythmic feeling of, vibration is a rhythm, it is a doing, it is an action, it is a state of being. And so you have to bring everything you're manifesting back into an energy verb, into something that your energy body can actually create an energy signature for. You have to bring it into that rhythm. And when we think of abundance, it has no rhythm, it has no verb. But when we think of overflow, suddenly it has an energy verb. Suddenly our energy body knows what to do, what to experience, what the pattern to vibrate with. And so we have to let that pattern into our vibrational being, that energy signature, that energy rhythm of overflow. And I'm going to give you an experience of this, because you've got all of this prana in your energy body that we've just released through the alchemy. But before we do this vibrational manifesting signature of overflow, of abundance, the actual vibrational signature of the abundance, so that the universe, the vibrational laws of the universe can match your energy signature. And we're going to do it with the tree of life. But before I do that, I want to let you all know there's some wonderful things coming through, and I will answer them as well. Thank you for your question. I want to let you know about the Abundance course. It is such an amazing journey. Like, I haven't even touched the sides of it in this webinar. There is so much deep alchemy that happens. We spend a week on permission. We work with feminine archetypes, with goddess ceremonies. It is just the most complete journey into your own abundance consciousness, and it's amazing value for money. I charge a lot of money for an alchemy session. I charge £250 for an alchemy session, and this course gives you 15 hours of alchemy work and so much else. And because this webinar is about thrive and about grasping to yourself, I wanted to give people a deal. If they want to grasp this course to themselves now, then there is a special offer just for the webinar people. So if you want it, there is the link. It is up. It will not take you away from this webinar. It will open you up in another page with all of the information about the course. The course, it's a soul contract. It's a calling. The symbol of the course is a rainbow. And if you're meant to do this course, you will start seeing rainbows everywhere. Of course, some of you will just know in your heart. And if that's the case, then claim the deal. Then grasp to yourself now and choose to thrive, to rebirth your abundance consciousness back into nature, back to the goddess, to the beginning. Even the word money comes from goddess Juno. It's her temple and surname, Monita. And so we have to deliver. our abundance back to the feminine, because when it's in the masculine, it's damaging the planet. It's limiting our evolution. It's, you know, it needs to be delivered back into our feminine awareness. And so I will answer these questions, and then we will do this energy signature so you can really understand what it is to vibrationally thrive, to vibrationally call in overflow. So Olivia is asking, is it a matter of trusting the universe and a leap of faith? Yes, trust comes into it to a degree. But trust only comes into it if your consciousness around trusting the universe, your deep subconscious is around trusting the universe, is actually cleared up. Because, you know, actually today I was doing loads of alchemy healings. I'm in Japan, and I was doing loads of alchemy one-to-ones for clients in Japan, and so many of them today had made promises never to trust again, or had sworn down that they were never going to trust the universe in their deep subconscious. And so that was in conflict with what they were trying to manifest in all sorts of things. Not any of the one-to-ones were on abundance, but so like I said, you've got to clean up the word trust, which we will do on the course. And you've got to understand the word trust. You've got to understand the vibrational signature of what it means to trust. So no, it's not just a case of asking and trusting the universe. It's a case of vibrationally matching the universe. But part of that, and this is something that I will probably do a vlog or a webinar about, another thing that's been downloaded to me for this course is something called beloved manifesting, which is where you really deeply connect to how much the universe loves you and how much the earth loves you. And of course, all of the unloved parts of you are going to come up first. But that space needs to be created. And then you feel, you know, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to manifest. You also need to really know why you're asking. You've got to come into worthiness. There's so many layers to this, and that's why you know, when we do this one webinar, we help a bit, but this is why you need to actually dedicate some real time to clearing your poverty consciousness, to healing it, to nurturing it, to nurturing your abundance consciousness. It's like any new project or anything new, it needs your time and attention and healing. And so that's what's in some ways to me most exciting about this course is it's really going deep into the subject of abundance. And it's not even just the subject of abundance, going into the subject of receiving. My guides told me to go that specific and spend 5 weeks on what it means to receive from a manifesting, energetic, emotional point of view. And we do all sorts of things, like we're spending, you know, each week has a different subject, and we go into it on so many different angles. But ultimately, it's about awakening our inner queen, which knows she is worth receiving, which knows that she is magnetic and knows how to be magnetic with what she wants and how to heal all that is in the way within herself. So I hope that answers your question. Yes, part of money, just to answer the other question, part of money is about not holding on too tightly. We have to give and receive. We have to work with the in and out breath. And part of feminine abundance is really honoring the power and magnetism of space and how we create space in every sense of the word, and understanding the ebb and flow rhythm within the law of money, you know. we can't look at it from that masculine perspective anymore. It just grows. It doesn't just grow. And that's why we, you know, when you look at it from the feminine point of view and you're like, oh my gosh, no wonder there's this bust and boom thing happening in our economies all the time. And yet we're still so shocked. It's because we haven't fully embraced within our collective consciousness that how creation happens is through ebb and flow. An alchemy, hey, you saw rainbows, Elsa, we'd love to have you. An alchemy Skype session, any alchemy one-to-one session, and that is also possible in the course, to book it in with the course as well, is you work the guides take you into the subconscious blocks through a series of channeled questions and energy work. And like I said, I have seen physical problems solved, life problems solved. I've seen alchemy, and the alchemy work I've done on my own life has transformed my life. By far, whenever I have a problem or a block in my life, be it financial or otherwise, I go to alchemy and it works. And I'll be honest with you, it works to a degree instantly, but actually alchemy happens at the pace of the earth. So the real results show up in 3 to 6 months' time, because it works on a seasonal process through your conscious vibration. I had one of the most amazing, beautiful moments the other day where this eclipse that is coming up is really linked to the last eclipse. And the last eclipse was in August, and my guys, some of you will remember, were talking all about the mother wind, and they were like, it's all about the mother wind. And we did this amazing starlight alchemy journey into the mother wind. We did so much alchemy, and my mother wind was so big. And then I got really, really emotional because I realized that on the night of this eclipse, this new eclipse, since the alchemy work I did has completely shown up into my reality, into my life map, because my mum, who honestly I have had so many problems with in our relationship, it's been so difficult. My mum is flying to Japan on the night of the eclipse for us to travel together around Japan. Like, this never would have happened. This never would have happened without that alchemy work. I know that. It never would have happened without that mother wind work. And the mother wind's connected to abundance as well, but that's for another time. That's for if you do the course. But I want to give you this vibrational thing. And so, closing your eyes and breathing in love and breathing out gratitude, and really connecting to the tree of life that is holding you, connecting to this huge tree, the spirit of the tree of life that is holding space for you. And feel the tree of life giving you permission to thrive. Notice how in nature there is no judgment around you thriving. And really feeling that permission. I'm inviting the new pranic light, the new pranic energy in your aura to vibrate with that permission. And now inviting your aura as an experience of light rhythms, as an experience of vibrations. just to start to move with the energy signature of abundance, with the energy signature of overflowing. And let your breath teach you what that is. Your breath has to fill up. Your in-breath has to fill up in order for your out-breath to overflow. So feel yourself filling up energetically, emotionally, vibrationally, and then overflowing. You can visualize a tap filling up a cup until the cup overflows. And so that's the rhythm, that's the verb, that's the energy verb, that's the feeling. And just allow yourself to feel that, to vibrate with that. And my guide is saying every time you feel out of abundance, that's what you need to start connecting to. That's what you need to start commanding that your energy does. Really feeling that overflow. And now, as you're feeling the energy verb, the energy rhythm, the overflow happening, notice how that is exactly what the tree of life is doing. It is receiving all of that light source energy all the way down into its roots, and then filling up from its roots back up, and then overflowing and sending all that pranic light, love, energy out into the world. And notice how, just as the tree of life is doing it, that is what Gaia is doing. And start to feel how this overflow is happening in every field, in every jungle, in every forest, in every landscape. And notice how it is actually a rhythm of the earth. It's actually a rhythm of alchemy. And just allow yourself to belong to that rhythm, to find that rhythm, to let your heart beat with that rhythm. And notice what is starting to happen to your aura. How is your heart feeling as you engage in this rhythm, as you engage in this energy signature? Really dropping into the worthiness of overflowing. Because when you fill up, that is when you can give to your community, to that which is around you. Really allowing yourself to absorb this vibrational rhythm signature, this vibrational energy word, this vibrational energy verb. Noticing how that it's actually at the core of who you are is overflow. Because that's what your breath does all day, all night. So feel that sense of birthright in overflowing that belongs to your breath. And in your mind's eye, in your soul vision, look up to the golden light that is pouring through the leaves of the tree of life, and choose to overflow with this light, with this golden light, filling up until it pours out all around you, feeling how easy and graceful generosity is, and you can overflow. And as you connect to this vibrational rhythm, you also feel this expansion, this evolution happening, because you are one with the vibrational rhythm of nature, with the vibrational rhythm of nature, with the heartbeat of nature. And notice how, in order to keep overflowing, you must give in order to fill up again. Just like your breath. And feel your breath nurturing and filling up the tree of life. And all of the trees, notice how your out-breath gives life to the trees. As you connect deep to that creational nature within you. The breath of the goddess within you. The breath of the nature mama within you. Feeling that deep right to receive that breath. More of it. So that when you breathe out, you can give more life to more trees. And feel the parts of you that forgot this law and were never taught it. Listening, feeling, vibrating with this now. Feel your vibrational, habitual consciousness educating your subconscious, inviting your subconscious into this rhythm that is so much bigger than you, that covers all of the continent, all of life. Really feeling the overflow, not just happening on top, like water on top of a glass, but feeling overflow like light, feeling all of that prana energy splitting into all directions. That is the overflow of light. And notice your aura brightening and expanding and lightening again. And as this light overflows in your aura, shining out, remapping your life, remapping what is going to bounce back on that light to you, just like the light that bounced off the heart of the earth back through you. Feel this remapping deep inside your body, inside your habitual consciousness, which is the anchor, which is where those two consciousness meet and life is vibrationally manifested from. Feel how magnetic your body is, because it holds the magnetism of the earth, and invite that overflowing signature, that signature of abundance, into the vibration of your body, into the feeling of your body, into your breath. As you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And when you are ready, open your eyes and come into the room. And so I would practice that signature. I'm practicing that signature, and I especially practice it when I feel like I've gone into an ebb. And play with it and discover it and get to know it and get to know it and get to know yourself more and more and more, and evolve yourself out of this consciousness that is not serving the earth and into the divine consciousness that serves your soul. The last card I've pulled for us is protection. And my guides are saying, know that you are protected, that you are safe, that you do not need your poverty consciousness to keep you safe, that you do not need your poverty consciousness to belong, because you will belong to so much more when you let your abundance consciousness lead, when you live by your abundance consciousness. And with that message at 2022 in Japan, I'm going to say good night. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I hope some of you are called to join us on the Abundance Alchemy journey, which I know is going to be so transformational and sacred, and gift your paths with so much love and light and blessings to you all. Mwah.